Hello to all. So, in continuation with the topic of inflammation, in this talk, I'll be covering the cellular events of inflammation. So, cellular events basically it is the recruitment of WBCs to the site of inflammation, and it is an important question for the theory examination. So, first of all, what is the purpose of the cellular events of inflammation? So, the cellular events include the journey of the WBC from inside the blood vessel lumen to the site of to the site where microbe has invaded. So, its purpose is first of all to eliminate the offending agent by means of the process of phagocytosis. And additionally, when the WBCs reach this area of inflammation, they will produce certain growth factors which will help in the healing and repair of this inflamed tissue. So, cellular events is the journey of WBCs from the vessel lumen to the offending agent, and it is a multiple step process, and it is mediated and controlled by numerous chemical mediators. So, there are various steps through which the WBC uh, move out of the blood vessel to the site of offending agent. So, what are those events? So, within the lumen of the blood vessel, the events are first is margination, in which the WBC will reach the margin of the blood vessel. So, normally also the WBCs they are located peripherally in the blood vessel, and in the center there are RBCs. But when there is increased vasodilatation, so the blood flow in the lumen slows down, known as stasis. So, because of stasis, the WBCs will reach the margin of the blood vessel. So, they will come to lie near the periphery of the blood vessel. This is known as margination. This is followed by rolling, which is the weak interaction of the WBCs with the endothelium, in which they transiently adhere to the endothelium and then detach and again adhere. So, resulting in the rolling of the WBC on the vessel wall. And then comes adhesion. So, this is the third event in which the WBC firmly adheres to the endothelium at a site where it has to transmigrate through the blood vessel uh, in the extravascular space. So, this is the third event. Then, after that, across the blood vessel wall, transmigration occurs. So, this is transmigration. After adhesion, the WBC migrates across the blood vessel wall. This is transmigration, also known as diapedesis. And lastly, the WBC, when it reaches outside the blood vessel space, it will move towards the microbe under the effect of certain chemoattractants. So, this process is known as chemotaxis. And after it reaches the microbe, it will cause the killing and degradation of the microbe by the process of phagocytosis. So, these are the various cellular events which occur in inflammation. These events generally overlap with the vascular events, and they are happening under the effect of various chemical mediators. So, in this talk, I'll be covering these first and second events, and phagocytosis I will be covering in the next lecture. So, again, these are the cellular events. Margination. So, this is margination. WBC is assuming a peripheral location on the endothelial surface. Then there is rolling, in which the WBC rolls and it binds transiently to the endothelium, detaches, then again binds. Then there is adherence. This is adherence. So, adherence, the WBC firmly attaches to a site in the endothelial, in the vessel wall endothelium. Then after that, there is emigration, transmigration, or diapedesis, in which the WBC will move across the blood vessel wall. This will be followed by the chemoattraction of the WBC towards the microbe, and finally phagocytosis. So, what are the mechanisms by which this occurs? So, when the microbe or offending agent it enters our body, so macrophages and mast cells which are present in the tissue as a first line of defense, they will encounter the dead tissue and microbes, and they will secrete certain chemical mediators like interleukin 1, tumor necrosis factor, and chemokines. And under the effect of these chemical mediators, there will be expression of the adhesion molecules on both WBCs and endothelial cells. So adhesion molecules will be expressed only when an offending agent reaches our body, not normally. Normally these adhesion molecules are not expressed. So under the effect of these chemical mediators, the adhesion molecules will be expressed on the surface of WBC as well as endothelium. So we should know what are the various families of adhesion molecules which make the cellular events of inflammation possible. So the first family is that of selectins. Selectins, they cause the weak adhesion between the WBC and endothelial cells, and it will enable the rolling. So since the adhesions are weak, so they will attach, the WBCs will attach to the endothelium, then detach, then again attach, resulting in rolling of the WBC on the vessel wall. Then the second category is integrins. The integrins, they are responsible for the step of adhesion, where the WBC firmly binds to the vessel wall at the site where it has to migrate across the vessel wall to the site of the offending agent. So integrins, they are present on the surface of the WBCs. And the third is the immunoglobulin gene superfamily known as CD31 or PCAM. So this receptor, this adhesion molecule, it is present on both the endothelium and the WBC, and they have certain homotypic interactions. So this is only the receptor and this is the ligand for the for this immunoglobulin gene superfamily. So these are the three categories of adhesion molecules: selectins, integrins, and immunoglobulin gene superfamily. So first, let us discuss about selectins. So selectins are responsible for rolling, and there are three types of selectins. First is L-selectin. So L-selectin, so it is present on leukocyte. That's why it is called L-selectin. Now E-selectin, it is called so because it is present on the endothelial cells. While P-selectin, it is present on both platelets and endothelium. So we are concerned about the endothelium, which is expressing E and P-selectin, and the leukocyte, which are expressing the L-selectin. Now these adhesion molecules, they are present on WBC and endothelium, and to what ligand do they bind? They bind to a sialylated oligosaccharide, which is a carbohydrate, and this ligand will be present on both the endothelial cells and leukocytes. So the P and E selectin on the endothelium will bind to the sialylated glycoprotein, which is present on the WBC, and the L-selectin on the WBC will bind to the sialylated oligosaccharide, which is present on the endothelium. Now the expression of these selectins, they are under the control of TNF, interleukin 1, histamine, and thrombin. And selectins, I already told that they produce low affinity interactions, so they cause the transient adhesions which are easily disrupted by the flow of blood, and this will facilitate in the process of rolling of the WBC. Now next, this is the process of rolling. So these selectins, they are present on the endothelial cells, P and E selectin. So normally these selectins, they are present inside the endothelial cells in the form of Weber pellet bodies, and under the effect of chemical mediators like histamine and thrombin, they will be redistributed on the surface. And also their affinity and ability to bind will be increased under the effect of these chemokines. So this is a table from Robbins. So this is the first family, that is selectin. So L-selectin, E-selectin, and P-selectin. L-selectin will be present on WBCs like neutrophils, monocytes, T cells, B cells, and E and P-selectin, it is present on the endothelium. And the ligand for all these selectins is sialylated oligosaccharide, also known as sialyl-Lewis X. So this sialyl-Lewis X is present on both the WBC and endothelium, and it will bind to the selectin. Now next category is that of integrins. So integrins will cause the firm adhesion of the WBC at the site where the WBCs have to transmigrate from the vessel wall into the site of inflammation where the microbe is present. So some examples of integrins are, first is LFA1. So these integrins, they are present on the surface of the WBCs. So LFA1, MAC1, and VLA4. So LFA1 and MAC1, they will bind to the receptors ICAM1 and 2, which are present on the endothelium. Then VLA4, this integrin will bind to the receptor VCAM1, which is present on the endothelial surface. So these integrins, they are induced by TNF and interleukin 1 on the surface of the endothelium, and their ligands will be expressed on the endothelium, and these integrins will be expressed on the WBCs under the effect of these chemokines, and also their avidity to bind to the ligands will be increased. So normally they are present in low affinity state, like shown in this figure. This is a WBC. On its surface there is integrin which is in a low affinity state. So under the effect of this TNF and interleukin 1, their avidity will also increase. So they will bind more readily to its ligand which is present on the endothelium under the effect of these chemokines. Now this again summarizes the process of rolling and adhesion. So these are the selectin. P and E selectin, it is present on the endothelium. L selectin present on WBC, and this is sialyl Lewis X, which is present on both the WBC as well as the endothelium. So these will bind to its ligand and cause the weak rolling interactions, and integrin, which is present on the WBC, and its ligand ICAM is present on endothelium. This will cause the firm adhesion at this site. So this is the principle behind the rolling and adhesion. So the adhesion molecules play an important role in this. So these are integrins. So integrins are present on WBCs, LFA1, MAC1, VLA4. So these are present on WBCs like neutrophils, monocytes, T cells, MAC1 on monocytes, VLA4 on monocytes, and this last one also on monocytes. And their receptors are ICAM1 and 2 for LFA1 and MAC1, and for the rest two, the receptors are VCAM1. So this is applied aspect for this adhesion molecules. So there are certain diseases like leukocyte adhesion deficiency 1, LAD1 and LAD2. In LAD1 there is a defect in the integrin LFA1, while in LAD2 there is absence of sialyl Lewis X, which is the ligand for the selectins. So this will cause increased susceptibility to the infections, and it will present with various forms of infections, and which can be recurrent. So this is the applied aspect in which these adhesion molecules are absent and result in such infectious conditions. Now the last step is diapedesis. So diapedesis is the migration of the WBC across the vessel wall. So WBCs leave the blood vessel through the intraendothelial gaps. We have already studied in the vascular events that in the inflammation, under the effect of certain chemicals like bradykinins, the vascular permeability increase and the intraendothelial spaces they widen, and that helps in the transmigration of the WBCs. So in the vessel wall, how does these interaction take place? The adhesion molecules that are involved in transmigration are CD31 or PCAM1. So CD31, they are present on both the WBCs as well as the endothelium, and they have homotypic interaction. So they bind with each other. So they help in the transmigration of the WBC. Additionally, the WBC, they secrete, the neutrophils, they secrete collagenases which will break down the basement membrane, and because of that the WBC will easily migrate across the blood vessel wall, and after crossing the blood vessel wall they will reach to the microbe by the process of chemotaxis. So this is the last category, immunoglobulin gene superfamily. So CD31 is the adhesion molecule which is present on both endothelium and leukocytes, and the ligand for CD31 is also CD31, and it causes the homotypic interactions. So these are the various adhesion molecules which are present on endothelium and leukocytes, and they result in the cellular events of rolling, adhesion, and transmigration. So this picture from Robin summarizes all these events. So this is a WBC showing the CLI-Lewis X ligand, and there are P-selectin, E-selectin on the endothelium. They are shown, and this will cause the rolling effect. And these these selectins, these adhesion molecules, they are normally not expressed, but when a microbe enters the body, the macrophages release certain cytokines like TNF, interleukin 1, and they will cause the expression of these selectins on the surface of the endothelium as well as WBCs. And now selectins will cause the rolling interactions, and then at a site where it has to transmigrate, the WBC will adhere to the endothelial wall, and the endothelial wall will adhere with the help of integrins and their receptors like ICAM1. So integrins, these are the integrins present on the surface of WBC, and the ICAM1 is on the endothelial cells. Then in the next step, it will transmigrate with the help of homotypic interactions between the PCAM1 or CD31, and CD31 is present on both WBC and endothelium. And after that, it will show chemotaxis, in which the WBC will move across a chemical gradient towards the microbes. So these are key concepts to revise. So WBCs are recruited from the blood into the extravascular tissue, where the infectious pathogens or damaged tissue may be located, and they will migrate to the site of infection or tissue injury. The WBC recruitment is a multi-step process, and these steps are rolling, then adhesion, and transmigration. So various cytokines are involved in this, and like TNF, interleukin 1, and these cytokines, they perform many functions, like they increase the avidity of integrins for their ligands, and they promote the migration of leukocytes towards the microbe in the process called chemotaxis. So the chemical mediators, they play a very important role in these cellular events, and in the early inflammation, neutrophils, they predominate, but later on they are replaced by the monocytes and macrophages. So this is all about the cellular events of inflammation. In the next lecture, I will be covering the process of phagocytosis. So which is the last step in the cellular events. So references are from Robbins and Cotrans. Thank you so much.